Good day, everyone. On behalf of our University President, Dr. Dorothy B. Soletanantes, and to our Vice President for Research, Extension, Production, Development, and Innovation, Dr. Marisa C. Esperal, this is to present the analysis of a cities and municipalities competitiveness index survey of the Quezon province. As mandated by the Regional Development Council, Southern Luzon State University, through the Mathematics Department, is very responsive and committed to continuously support the province of Quezon by providing analysis of its competitiveness ranking annually. This presentation includes the following. We start by discussing the preliminaries, followed by the objectives of the study, then methods, results, and we present also the conclusion and the recommendation of this study. Competitiveness through time is continuously improved and developed as to evaluating and monitoring the statuses of different regions. It serves as the basis of dynamic change and remarkable performance of cities and municipalities with regards to providing quality services to people. It is conducted to figure out the important aspects that need to be developed and to become globally competitive. In the development processes, behavioral aspects and habits are improved to come up with reliable decisions and sustainable actions. Global competitiveness serves as the basis of having local and regional competitiveness. The cities and municipalities Competitiveness Index, or the CMCI, has adapted a framework which is designed in such a way that local competitiveness affects and is affected by regional, national, and global competitiveness. The Cities and Municipalities Competitiveness Index is an annual ranking of Philippine cities and municipalities. An underlying purpose of ranking cities and municipalities is to identify the necessary factors that a city and municipality need, determining their weaknesses to come up with better solutions and strategies for development. This competitiveness index ranking is developed by the National Competitiveness Council through the regional competitiveness committees and is assisted by the United States Agency for International Development. It adapted the framework developed by Michael Porter, which basically considers competitiveness as more of productivity and is based on location. The competitiveness rank of cities and municipalities is determined based on overall competitiveness score. The overall competitiveness score is obtained by summing the scores of the four main pillars, namely economic dynamism, government efficiency, infrastructure, and resiliency. The competitiveness index ranking has a total index value of 100, representing a fully competitive unit. The four core components of the index represent 25% of the index value. This study analyzes the 2019 and 2020 CMCI ranking of Quezon Province, where the results can serve as a basis for policy implementation and project development. Specifically, a geomap will be provided according to the percentile ranking of each city and municipality with the use of the Geographic Information System, or the GIS, to track the level of competitiveness of each LGU in the province. The strengths and the weaknesses of the province will also be determined. Percentile rank is applied to determine the status of each LGU in Quezon Province compared to other LGUs nationwide. Geographic Information System is also incorporated to map out the level of competitiveness of each LGU. This is now to present the results of this study. As to 2020 CMCI result, the province of Quezon ranked 41st among 76 participating provinces, highlighting a remarkable improvement of the municipality of Pagbilao, as declared the ninth most improved first to second class municipalities. For overall 2020 CMCI ranking, two cities of Quezon are still below the 50th percentile. This indicates that both Lucena City and Tayaba City are outperformed by 50% of cities nationwide. However, only 5 out of 17 first to second class municipalities fall below 50th percentile. 8 out of 14 third to fourth class municipalities fall below 50th percentile, and 4 out of 8 fifth to sixth class municipalities fall below 50th percentile. So in total, we have a 22 out of 41, or 54% of cities and municipalities in Quezon Province have a better performance than 50% of cities and municipalities nationwide. This graph shows the comparison of the performance of Quezon Province as to cities and municipalities competitiveness index percentile or ranking. So if you can observe, 41% of cities and municipalities fall above 50th percentile in 2019. However, in 2020, 54% of cities and municipalities fall above 50th percentile. So this indicates that there is 13 percentage point increase of the performance of Quezon Province. Based on this map, it illustrates the comparison of the performances of cities and municipalities in Quezon Province from 2019 CMCI ranking to 2020 CMCI ranking. So in this figure, the lighter part represents those cities and municipalities which fall above 50th percentile, and the darker part represents those cities and municipalities which fall below 50th percentile. So if you can observe, the municipality of Dolores has a darker color in 2019, and it has a lighter color in 2020. So this indicates that there is an improvement of the performance of the municipality of Dolores from 2019 to 2020 CMCI survey. And of course, another municipality with improvement, we have Pagbilao. So if you can observe here, it has a darker color in 2019, and in 2020 it becomes lighter. So there is another significant improvement from 2019 to 2020. And other municipalities with improvement are the municipality of Alabat, Mulanay, and San Andres. The overall ranking is determined by summing up the performance of cities and municipalities in economic dynamism, government efficiency, infrastructure, and resiliency. Now, we will look at the performance of each LGU according to these four pillars. So we'll now start with the economic dynamism. If you can observe here, for economic dynamism, 56% or 23 out of 41 cities and municipalities in Quezon outperformed 50% of cities and municipalities nationwide. So highlighting here the remarkable performance of first to second class municipalities in Quezon with the 12 out of 17 which have a better performance than 50% of first to second class municipalities nationwide. And for fifth to sixth class municipalities, with the 6 out of 8 which fall above 50th percentile. As to economic dynamism, 29% of cities and municipalities fall above 50th percentile in 2019, but in 2020 there is an increase and it becomes a 56% of cities and municipalities fall above 50th percentile. As you can notice in this map, the municipalities in the central part of Quezon have shown improvement from 2019 to 2020 CMCI survey. Okay, so again, we highlight the remarkable improvement of the municipality of Pagbilao. So if you can observe here, Pagbilao has a darker color in 2019 and it becomes a lighter in a 2020 CMCI survey. So there is an improvement from 2019 to 2020 CMCI survey. There are another municipalities with improvement. So we have municipalities of Sampaloc, Mauban, Atimonan, Alabat, Perez, and Quezon. And of course, we also have another municipalities from the municipalities of Infanta, Polillo, Tagkawayan, General Luna, Catanawan, and San Narciso. Considering the indicators under economic dynamism, we can observe here that Quezon province have better performance in the indicator cost of doing business and the cost of living. However, the rest of the indicators should be worked on or even improved to have a better competitiveness ranking in the next survey. Especially, we have this local economy size, presence of a business in professional organizations, productivity, we have the increase in employment, financial deepening, and the local economy structure. Though if you can observe here in this graph, almost all of the indicators have okay, so in this graph, Quezon province have shown improvement from 2019 to 2020 CMCI result. Okay, so the lighter part represents the 2019 result and the darker part represents the 2020 result. So if you can observe here, there is an increase from 2019 to 2020 in almost all of the indicators. However, since the maximum score is 2.5, if you can observe Take note that economic dynamism represents a 25% of the overall score of the competitiveness. So as to the score in economic dynamism, the highest score in this level is 2.5, and only these two indicators have a better score for the Quezon province, and the rest of the indicators should be improved. Based on this table, to 20 out of 41, or 49% of cities and municipalities in Quezon province are ranked above 50th percentile. And observe the remarkable performance of the first to second class municipalities in Quezon, with the 10 out of 17 which fall above 50th percentile. So the other class municipalities, we have 7 from third to fourth class municipalities, and 3 from fifth to sixth class municipalities. So we still have to improve the performance of each city and municipality as to the government efficiency. As to government efficiency, looking at its percentile ranking in 2019, 41% of cities and municipalities fall above 50th percentile, and there is an 8% percentage point increase in 2020, with the 49% cities and municipalities fall above 50th percentile. From this map, we can see that the municipalities of Pagbilao, Atimonan, San Narciso, and San Andres have shown improvement from 2019 to 2020 CMCI result as to the government efficiency. Other municipalities have just maintained their performance. Others still fall below 50th percentile, and other municipalities fall above 50th percentile. We only have just highlighted those cities and municipalities here which have improvement from 2019 to 2020. So once again, the darker color represents those cities and municipalities which fall below 50th percentile. So if you can observe here, Pagbilao. So this is the Pagbilao area, and it has a darker color in 2019 CMCI result, and it becomes lighter in a 2020 CMCI result. So that means that there is an improvement from 2019 to 2020 CMCI result as to the government efficiency. Considering the indicators under government efficiency, Quezon Province excelled at these following indicators. We have compliance to BPLS standards, business registration efficiency, compliance to national directives, presence of investment of promotion unit. So the other indicators should still be improved or developed to have a competitiveness improvement in the province. For example, we may consider the capacity of health services, the capacity of the school services, recognition of the performance, peace in order, and the capacity to generate local resources, and as well the social protection. So in this case here, the darker part represents the 2020 results. So I guess there are some indicators with improvement, especially the social protection. So though it is improved, it is not yet enough as compared to the national level. Of course, there's also an improvement in the presence of investment promotion unit and with the business registration efficiency and of course the compliance to BPLS standards. Now, as to infrastructure, this is the performance of Quezon Province, wherein there 41% of cities and municipalities ranked above 50th percentile, and 59% of cities and municipalities ranked below 50th percentile. However, if you can observe in this table, there's a remarkable performance as the first to second class municipalities because 11 out of 17 ranked above 50th percentile. But still, this pillar should still be improved as a whole because as the third to fourth class municipalities, only three of them are ranked above 50th percentile, and the three of them as well ranked 50th percentile as to fifth to sixth class municipalities. Looking at the infrastructure in 2019 performance, 29% of cities and municipalities fall above 50th percentile, while in 2020 it becomes 41%. So again, there is an increase of number of cities and municipalities which fall above 50th percentile. From this map, we can observe that the municipality of Pagbilao has improvement from 2019 to 2020 CMCI survey. Okay, so from darker color to lighter color. We also have the municipality of Chaong. We also have the municipality of Pulilio, the municipality of Calawag, and then the municipality of Ginyangan. So these are the municipalities wherein they have shown improvement from 2019 to 2020 CMCI result as to the pillar infrastructure. The other municipalities have just maintained their performance, and the other municipalities need to be improved to have an overall competitiveness improvement in the province. Okay, so now looking at the different indicators under infrastructure, we can observe here that Quezon Province have better performance in availability of basic utilities and the distance to ports, and all other indicators need to be improved or developed to have a better performance in the infrastructure pillar. We may look at the accommodation capacity. We have the road network, transportation vehicles, LGU investment, health, education, and financial technology capacity. We also have to consider the information technology capacity by improving the issue of internet connectivity, and so some of this will be recommended later. Take note that infrastructure is one of the important pillars. Of course, they're all equally important, but we have to consider this pillar because this may help and contribute for uh, to boost tourism and contribute for economic development. Say, increase of investment in the province by encouraging investors to put business in some strategic location in the Quezon province. So now we'll proceed to the last pillar. We have resiliency. If you notice in this table, 68% of cities and municipalities in Quezon Province ranked above 50th percentile, and only 32% of them ranked below 50th percentile. So this is a remarkable performance of each city and municipality in Quezon Province, especially under the first, the second class municipalities. There are 14 out of 17, so it's really a good number. Or in only three of them ranked below 50th percentile. We can work on with the fifth to sixth class municipalities to have all of them to be part of ranking above 50th percentile, and as well the third to fourth class municipalities. But if you can notice here, majority of the municipalities fall above 50th percentile. For the resiliency pillar, based on this illustration, as to 2019 CMCI performance, 61% of the cities and municipalities fall above 50th percentile. However, there is a 7% percentage point increase in 2020 with the 68% cities and municipalities which fall above 50th percentile. So in this pillar, Quezon Province showed a very promising performance. Based on this map, 15 cities and municipalities in Quezon Province fall below 50th percentile in a 2019 CMCI survey. However, there are only 13 left cities and municipalities in Quezon Province fall below 50th percentile in 2020 performance. Looking at the indicators and the resiliency pillar, you can observe here in this illustration that Quezon Province has commendable performance in every indicator. For example, in annual disaster drill, disaster risk reduction plan, early warning system, local risk assessments, land use plan, and sanitary system. So the only indicators that the Quezon province should look into are the following: the budget for DRRMP, the emergency infrastructure, and the employed population.
Based on the result and findings of the study, we have here the following conclusions. First, there is an improvement on the overall competitiveness ranking of Quezon Province from 2019 to 2020 CMCI survey. Second, the strength of the province was seen in resiliency pillar from both 2019 and 2020 survey. However, most of the LGUs ranked below 50th percentile in government efficiency and infrastructure pillars. Lastly, geomaps show that proximity of LGU to Lucena City, Tayaba City, Laguna, and Batangas may contribute to the CMCI ranking. However, further studies need to be conducted to support this claim. With these findings and conclusions, the team came up with the following recommendations in order to improve the competitiveness ranking of the province with regards to the four pillars. For economic dynamism, provincial government may consider the establishment of industrial parks, economic zones, and allocate funds for agribusiness and agritourism site, which may help in economic productivity and employment. Technical and vocational courses with equal opportunities for both men and women may be offered by the province in order to lessen the unemployment. Trainings and seminar workshops for registered firms with regards to marketing and advertising strategies may be conducted by the academe and private institutions which may contribute to their gross sales and productivity. For government efficiency, the Comprehensive Development Plan or the CDP of each LGU should be continuously updated and reviewed as part of their compliance for national directives. Each LGU should also be reminded of the compliance with the BPLS standards to provide more efficient and effective management and processing of the new business. And lastly, the province may consider looking into the number of policemen or law enforcers assigned to each LGU. For infrastructure, additional ports may be considered to boost trade, industry, and tourism in the province. The province may look into different problems and factors affecting the poor provision of basic utilities like water and electricity, and somehow provide an alternative solution to these hindrances in order to mitigate basic utilities concern. If budget permits, construction of new hospitals with complete equipment may be considered to improve health services in the province. Lastly, administrators should examine the feasibility of satellite-based connectivity to have better internet and mobile connection. For resiliency pillar, we recommend to remind some LGUs to have an office that will manage and monitor its comprehensive land use plan or the CLUP. Second, additional funds may be allocated for DRRMP and more trainings for responders may be conducted to make the province more resilient in dealing with negative impacts of environmental hazards. And lastly, the LGU should continue strengthening and capacitating the services to have livable and resilient province. Thank you for listening, and we do hope that the results and recommendations of the study may help the province and guide administrators to craft efficient policies and projects in order to have a dynamic economy, efficient government, well-developed infrastructure, and resilient Quezon province. Lastly, we would like to thank the following contributors for making this research possible. From the Mathematics Department, Ma'am Monica Jane Buesa, Sir Christian Paul Estrella, Sir Hannibal Paul Causapin, Ma'am Arlene Fallier, and we would like also to thank the Quezon Provincial Planning and Development Office, the DTI Quezon, and the DTI Region 4A.